Tournament continues. First round action. North Dakota State taking on the Kentucky Wildcats. And that means a bit of a David versus Goliath. Alema Harrington with Ghostcast, and excited to call the game here for you on Ghostcast. You take a look at the starters for both teams, and we'll be keeping a close eye on both Shahid and Quickly. There's a good look at Quickly right there. Had a game in the conference tournament, scored 28, and Shahid had a game earlier this season where he was able to score 35 points, some big scores. Both these teams need to limit turnovers, and if you are UK, Kentucky, they got to stop penetration, and that's exactly what the Bison will try to do in this one. As we get ready for tip-off, love the NCAA tournament, college basketball, and the long shorts. You got to love the long shorts, even though fashion would indicate that we've moved to a different era when it comes to that. Ball is up in the air, and Kentucky will control first possession. See what the Bison have in store defensively. Kentucky trying to move the ball around the outside. Looking for something down low. They find that's Quickly, and he's trying to find some post position, but just can't. Good defense here by the Bison to start things out. Shot clock under 10, and how about that? Going to the basket and offensive foul, and the Bison do a nice job on that first possession defensively. UK is going to want to try to keep this thing in that half-court offense, and the Bison may try to up-tempo just a little bit. Ball goes out of bounds. North Dakota State, one of those teams that you see frequently in the tournament and don't ever advance very far. And, of course, Kentucky with a long list of championships, titles to their name. Once again, Maxley kicks it out to the side. Great defense again by this Bison team, and Quickly trying to get it inside and can't find any room. And man, Kentucky really looks out of sorts with this defense. They're clumped up, terrible spacing. But how about that? That's a way to break through the defense. Going for the jam, and UK is on the board to start this thing off. And they draw first blood. Samuelson out top, being guarded, and the ball turned over. Gets a little careless. And now Maxey will work it for Kentucky and try to get the Wildcats into their offense, and foul, but no bucket. But a shooting foul, so Cruiser will pick up the foul, and Kentucky will have an opportunity at the line. Richards, 6'8", 235. Good size. Not the greatest free throw shooter, however. Comes in with a average percentage at the line. How about 28%? Not very good. Well, how about that? He goes 1 for 2. 3 points for the Kentucky Wildcats as they try to get it inside, and once again, the ball turned over. Talked about the Bison defense, and they're good. Bend but don't break, and bucket from the outside. And this time it was Maxey knocking it down for the Wildcats. So a 6-point lead, and this is always the concern when you have a team like North Dakota State coming in. They don't want to be overwhelmed and get beat by the reputation, which often happens in games like this. So the Bison will try to work their offense around the perimeter, looking for some penetration inside. Ball goes down low to Cruiser. He'll try to get some post position, kicks it back out, and now Cruiser once again, the fade and fill, and he knocks it down. And if they can do it, that's what they'd like to do as far as their offense is concerned. Speaking of the Bison, ball gets knocked away, but Kentucky will maintain possession. Brooks with the ball. Being guarded again, the defense from the Bison, extremely tough. Again, the spacing for Kentucky, all kinds of, discombobulated guys too close to each other. Fade and fill for Richards. And Kentucky continues to score on their possessions. Bison going to have to figure out a way to answer. They get it down low. This time it's to Gristle. And Gristle cannot connect. That's exactly what Kentucky wanted to do coming in, is try to establish themselves as the alpha dog, the dominant team. They've done that so far. Quickly just spending the whole possession dribbling the ball. Bison again with a good defense, and they catch quickly with an offensive foul. That's 2 offensive fouls so far against Kentucky, and credit to the Bison and their defense. And Kentucky with that trap. You've seen it before from this team. They pride themselves on defense. That ball stripped away, but Maxey gets caught for the foul. So now the Bison really almost halfway through this first half need to find some scoring and take care of the basketball. That's another turnover, and you can't afford to do that. Sometimes you can afford to do it against a bad team, but you cannot afford to do it against a team like Kentucky, because they will take advantage. And now quickly down low, he'll get the ball back, and now toss it into Montgomery. See if he can get some post position. Can't, but settles for the 15-foot fadeaway and knocks it down. 10-2, 8-point lead for the Wildcats. The Wildcats just grinding out that clock on their possessions in that half-court offense. Kentucky in that zone, and down low this time, Shaheed gets the bucket. Much needed, because they've got to get their star player going. Ball goes to Montgomery, back out top. Richards, back to Maxey, now down low to Montgomery. Great job pushing them out of that post. Ball is in and out. Rebound going to the Bison. Trying to get something going. Samuelson up top. And he finds Cruiser. An opportunity, a little one-on-one matchup, but he gets it down low. Good position. But the ball just does not drop. And the Bison having a hard time connecting. They had a couple of opportunities where they had the ball down low, but unable to connect and convert. Trying to make their stand on defense here. Double team underneath, and Kentucky cannot score. Maxey thought he had a bucket, but it rolled off the rim. Samuelson working up top. Now down in the low post, and again, just having a hard time getting the ball to fall. Kentucky, long shot, first three-pointer of the game, and it is good. That was a quick possession for Kentucky, and they get a good three-point look out of it. Aaron Andrews talked about Kentucky coming in here and really feeling like they have an opportunity to win another national title. Could this be the team? We'll try to send a message here in the first game. Cruiser with the bucket for the Bison. And it cuts the lead to 7. 3.5 minutes left to go in the first half. Kentucky moving the ball around. That's quickly, gets the ball over to Maxey. And the ball continues to rotate around. Montgomery now down in the corner with Maxey. Now post. Another offensive foul. Taking a look at the domination by Kentucky so far in this game. Every category. One thing that they have done, speaking of Kentucky, is they have been called for 3 offensive fouls so far in this first half. Credit that to maybe aggressive on offense. And another ball stripped away, but the Bison get the possession back. Desperately need to find some scoring now and see if that was a offensive foul or yes, indeed it was. So the first offensive foul for the Bison. I think it's rare that you see 4 offensive fouls in the first half of the game, but we've seen it here in this one. Some aggressive play. Some substitutions for Kentucky now. And the thing about the Wildcats, it almost doesn't matter. You know, you substitute one McDonald's All-American in for a McDonald's All-American. All the way down the bench, you just got guys that have been highly recruited. And again, a 3-point shot connected and a 9-point lead now. Bison careless with the ball again. Maxey and Quickly will come back into the game for Kentucky. Both of those players, Maxey and Quickly, very highly recruited out of high school. Coming to Kentucky in hopes of winning a championship. And lazy on defense that time, Kentucky fell asleep, and Cruiser takes advantage in the paint and gets the bucket. That time, nice bounce for Kentucky, and bucket scored to the Wildcats. Out top is Samuelson, gets it down low and then back out to Samuelson once again. He'll kick it to the top of the key. Trying to work some magic in the paint. Kentucky able to close things down pretty quickly. There's a wide open shot that time for Quickly, and he's unable to connect. Now Kentucky with the ball. Just over a minute left to play in the first half. A 9-point lead for the Wildcats. Not a high-scoring affair between these two teams, but only single digits so far for the Bison. But they have an opportunity in transition after the deflection and the steal. Samuelson gets it down low. That's Cruiser. If they're going to get some scoring, they're going to have to rely on Cruiser. And so far, he's only had a couple of buckets. Shaheed has been quiet so far for North Dakota State. Under a minute to play in the first half, and Kentucky has dominated this first half, and that time Smith got some room around the left side, but ends up going to the line. Kentucky as a team, 79% from the line. Get into tournament play, and every free throw counts, and it may not be in this game where the Wildcats have a convincing lead at this point, but certainly down the stretch. There will come a game, if you continue to advance, where free throws will be the difference between going home or advancing to the next round. 3-point shot connects, and the Bison get some much-needed scoring and finally hit double digits. Kentucky, as time winds down, 10 seconds in counting, they'll look for the last shot. And that was Quickly, gets fouled and gets the bucket. At 6'4", 208 pounds, Quickly that's that perfect size for a shooting guard. And as we mentioned, had that 28-point performance in the tournament coming into this game. And as time expires, how about that? Knocking down the 3-point shot from half court. 13-22 is our score at halftime here at the Georgia Dome on Ghostcast. Alema Harrington, happy to bring you the game here tonight, and excited about Ghostcast and the opportunity to hear some different voices calling games, and whether it's guys that are trying to be funny and expose themselves as comedians, or those that are the aspiring play-by-play future broadcasters in this business. We look forward to all the various voices that will get an opportunity to be heard on Ghostcast. Good defense that time, knocked the ball out of bounds. It'll remain a Bison possession. Look at the backcourt production, fairly similar between these two teams. And the expectation was that you were going to see a lot more scoring from Cruiser, Greisel down low, and the Bison turned the ball over in transition. Wildcats can't convert. Ball going back the other way. It's going to be important first 5 minutes here in the second half as the Bison, a terrible shot selection, but gets fortunate. Ball comes back, rebound, bounces right into the hands of the Bison, but they cannot get points out of the possession. Good ball movement this time by Kentucky. Ball gets stuck for a minute in Maxi's hands, gets it down low. Good position, and yeah, that's what you do when you got it down low. Montgomery with the hammer. Showing exactly what size and position can do. Almost doesn't matter what kind of defense you have when you allow Montgomery to get that low in the post. Samuelson knocking down the jumper and giving North Dakota State a little bit of life, and Kentucky will bring the ball up and get into their half-court offense. The last thing they want to do is give the Bison some hope. That's exactly what is happening here. Is you almost sense a little bit of momentum shift, and the Bison feeling like they might have a fighting chance here. A three-point shot is up and good. 18-24. And it's a 6-point lead now for Kentucky. Up top, Maxey handles the ball, gets it down low quickly, and quickly will bring it back out top. 15 seconds left on the shot clock. Turnaround jump shot by Richards, and that is no good. And here come the Bison. Important possession here. Up top, Samuelson will handle down low. Greisel goes to the bucket, but kicks it out to Samuelson. Jump shot misses. And now Kentucky with Maxey handling things. He gets it into the paint, but foul on Cruiser. I believe that was a shooting foul as he was going up and trying to throw it down. And Brooks at the line. Think of all the great players that have come out of Kentucky and the championship runs. Had the opportunity to follow the University of Utah, and back when they went to the Final Four in the championship matchup with Kentucky, and a heartbreaking loss for the Utes. We thought they were on the Cinderella type of run, and Kentucky won another title that year. Ball in and out. Couple of times, but the Bison continue to get the rebound. Great offensive hustle, and they convert 20-26. We got a 6-point game with 7:20 to go in the second half. Bison continue with the defense, but ball gets down low inside the paint, this time outside, and Brooks with the three-pointer. Looked like his foot was on the line. It might be a 2-point shot. Nonetheless, another bucket for the Wildcats. Samuelson brings it up the floor, and I believe he got fouled on that play. Yes, Maxey gets called for another foul. He's got 2 fouls in this game to go along with his 3 points. Turned the ball over one time. The Bison in that first half were very careless with the ball, but seem to be taking better care of the bat. Just on cue, as I say that, they get loose with the basketball, and Kentucky picks up another steal. Around the outside. And then continue to get the ball moving around the perimeter. A couple of juke steps, and how about this? A steal for a steal. And the Bison able to get the ball back. That was an important defensive stand for the Bison as they try to keep their hopes alive here in this game. And nice move inside, but can't get the ball to drop. Ward thought he had a bucket. Nice double clutch. Nearly a layup as he was close inside the paint, right by the cup. Now Kentucky. I feel like this is something we see, of course, all the time with Kentucky is they run their half-court offense. That time a little one-on-one action. And Brooks gets in for the bucket. 10-point lead now for Kentucky. Pass down low, and now the drive and the bucket plus the foul, and Samuelson connects. Aaron Andrews reporting that Kentucky concerned about all the fouling taking place. Offensive fouls and careless fouls. That time a 3-point play converted by Ward. And we got a 7-point game, and the Bison just sticking around. Again, seeing them move that ball around the perimeter. Trying to find some position down on the right side of the post, but that time crossover bucket. How about that? Maxey. A beautiful crossover at the top of the key. He came through the lane and pulled up and knocks it down. Good position now for the Bison, but the double team inside the paint. They'll try to get the ball back inside, but taking a look again at the comparisons, and really nothing has changed. Only advantage in that stat sheet for the Bison would be offensive rebounds. Both of those offensive boards came on one play, and they were able to convert earlier in this game. Ball down low, turnaround jump shot, hits the rim off the glass and drops. That makes an 11-point lead now for Kentucky. And time will become an enemy for the Bison, trailing by 11 with just over 4 minutes to play. And Samuelson getting stuck on his pivot foot and had to turn around, take a bad shot, and Kentucky coming back the other way. Round the outside. Oh, nice move inside, left hand, and beautiful bucket by Richards. Showing his arsenal and the things that he can do. And that time, what he did was lost his man. Got lost. Looking at the basketball and trying to figure out where the next pass was going. And guess what? It was going inside of his guy. 3.5 minutes to play. 11-point lead for the Wildcats. Handling the balls quickly. He'll get it out to Maxey. Maxey trying to drive and post up down low. And good defense on Montgomery. They can't get the ball inside, and Kentucky will finally force the issue and draw the foul. Correction. That's an offensive foul again. I don't know that I've ever seen Kentucky have so many offensive fouls in a game. I don't know if you can chalk it up to early nerves in the tournament or lack of discipline. Or maybe you just give the Bison some credit. We'll do that. We'll give the Bison some credit. Right now, Kentucky still up by 11, and Bristol looking for the shot but didn't feel comfortable taking it. Finally, Crisser lets it fly, and no good, and Kentucky will bring the ball across half court. Maxey will control up top now. We go Ball goes to Brooks, back to Maxey, back to Brooks. Brooks had a three-pointer earlier in the game. Checked that it was a two-pointer after the review. Shot clock is going down under 10. And how about that? Richards, as the time was going down, still had 9 seconds left on the clock, but found himself in a position where he felt comfortable taking the shot and knocked it down. Grisel with the ball. He'll hand it over to Samuelson. Ball goes to Grusser. And Grusser trying to move the ball, but ends up passing to the wrong guy. Turnover going the other way. Can't afford turnovers, especially at this point in the game. And now Kentucky, I think, starting to feel it. And the fans here for Kentucky are feeling it here at the Georgia Dome. Minute and a half left to go. And a pretty convincing, commanding 41-25 lead for the Wildcats. It's a nice bucket that will be remembered by Ward and his posterity as he tells his kids and grandkids, I knocked down a big shot against Kentucky. Just don't mention the final score. It is Kentucky, though. It is one of the Goliaths in the NCAA. Shaheed will come back in. Shaheed, extremely quiet. We featured him at the top of the broadcast, anticipating that he would have a big game, and that was not the case. And we may start to see some fouls now to try to extend this game. I believe that was Ward. Ward maybe had the best game for the Bison, as you see that dejected look that you often see towards the end of the game when a team knows that they're probably going home. And the fouls continue as the Bison try to get Kentucky to the line, I think would be the strategy here. And at least put them in a situation for a one-on-one. And maybe an opportunity to get the ball back and keep their hopes alive. But I think hopes are pretty much dashed at this point. Under a minute to go, and Samuelson with another foul. He's got one foul left before he'll need to take a seat. Wouldn't be surprised if the Bison empty the bench and give guys an opportunity to participate in the big dance. And that's exactly what the strategy is for, is to get that miss and then get a possession. But time is running down here on our ghostcast of the Kentucky Wildcats and the North Dakota State Bison. Shot clock at 30, game clock at 35. Good hustle there by the Bison, but ball goes back to Kentucky. And another nice hustle. The ball continues to stay in Kentucky's hands in spite of the nice defensive efforts by North Dakota State. Fadeaway three-pointer, no good, but the offensive rebound collected and the putback, no good. The Bison, as time is running down, final possession, trapped at the top of the key, and the last bucket will be credited to Grusser from the Bison of North Dakota State. Taking a look at some of the keys, well, UK, the Wildcats, took care of business, and for the Bison, they just were unable to get the ball inside, and give credit to the Kentucky Wildcats. They're known for their defense, and that's why they've won so many titles. They say that defense wins championships, and Kentucky gets it done here at the Georgia Dome tonight and will advance to the next round. Alema Harrington on the ghostcast of this game, and encourage you to log on and download the app for Ghostcast. Be part of the fun. Call a game or tune in and listen to a game from your favorite ghostcaster. Looking forward to seeing you along the way here on Ghostcast. Alema Harrington signing off. Kentucky with the win, and they advance.